Hey guys, and welcome back to Agatha Christie, the ABC Murders. My name is Amber, and let's continue where we were. We're supposed to question the boyfriend of the girl and see if he knows anything about her murder. So let's see what we can find out. This murder case is really interesting. It's a little bit more interesting than the first one. I think this must be him.
How do you do, Mr. Fraser?
You Hercule Poirot. Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Yes. I know that it may not be at the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions.
I want to observe him.
This man looks suspicious.
Yes, he does. Let's see here. What we can figure out. Dark circles. White horse whiskey. Maybe something to do with his suit. Crumpled clothes. Looks like he hasn't been sleeping very well.
Fraser is in a terrible state, as if he hadn't slept all night. And he's drinking white horse.
Well, suppose he wouldn't have known about her murder till this morning, so why didn't he sleep all last night?
Leave me alone.
Let's see here what it says in the book. He was jealous and had a quick temper. He likes white horse whiskey.
Hastings looks ill at ease. He really doesn't like Fraser.
Well, Fraser is kind of weird acting.
Hastings is bound to tell me what he thinks about Fraser later on. Now is not the right time.
Let me see what our quest is. Question Donald Fraser. Well, I was trying to and nothing came up. Maybe I have to go over here. Yeah, it looks like I did.
Tell me that it's a mistake. That Betty isn't dead.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
Listen, about what? Ask what would have happened if she listened to him.
If she had listened to you, she would still be alive. Should I take that to be a confession?
With that sort of thinking, you must send a lot of innocent men to prison. Under different circumstances, I might even find you amusing, sir.
It's no time for amusement, Mr. Fraser. It is time to find your fiancé's killer. Did you know what her plans were for the evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
Ask why he believed her.
And you believed her?
And why not, sir? She was my fiancée.
That did not stop her from lying to you before. Betty was not a bad girl, but she did like to take advantage of her success with men.
How dare you sully her memory?
I am not interested in memories of her, Mr. Fraser. I am looking for a killer.
That's
and
true.
I need you to be my closest ally. That is, unless you have something to hide.
Of course I don't.
Très bien. So, what were we saying? Where were you yesterday evening?
I looked everywhere for her, but in vain. When she said she was going to have dinner with her sister on a weekday, I thought it was strange. I tried not to think about it, but I was like a lion in a cage. I was convinced she was lying. So I went round all the restaurants in the town. When I didn't find her, I went to the next town. But nothing. I must have got home about midnight or 1 o'clock.
Did anybody see you?
I don't think so. I didn't talk to anybody. I was so furious.
Ah, I knew I'd find you here, Poirot. I thought the victim's young man was here.
Yes, is all yours, Chief Inspector. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Did Donald have a motive for Betty's murder? Betty used to go out a great deal. I believe the two murders were premeditated and were carried out by the same murderer. Let me see. I think it was Donald was very much in love with Betty. Let me see. Which one would it be? Maybe he was violent and he does not have an alibi? Donald was a violent man. Donald had a motive for killing Betty, jealousy. Does Donald have an alibi? Donald does not have an alibi. Donald may have been at the beach and have killed Betty, because he was out till 1 a.m. Does Donald have a motive for all the murder? Let's see here. Donald may have killed Betty, but he does not have a motive for Mrs. Asher's murder. That's true. Probably the serial killer. Return to the crime scene. Okay. Let's go out. And we have to return to the crime scene. I wonder why we have to return to the crime scene.
Fraser doesn't have an alibi and he's extremely jealous.
You are very skilled at summing up.
And yet you haven't asked Jap to arrest him.
It is too soon. But I agree, without the letters announcing the crimes, Fraser would already be behind bars. Bon, I think we have enough elements. Let's reconstruct the events at the scene of the crime.
I can't imagine how the murderer wasn't seen, though. Surely she must have struggled.
Let us try and imagine the scene.
Furring Tomcat is the collection trophy. Reconstruction.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5.
Change. But it was number 6.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6.
And that's where she would change.
Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a coat.
Did she have removed her belt? Maybe a Vance?
They keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
The murderer moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise. The body falls, lifeless, on the sand.
And then he just
Everything
drops
appears
murder
to match
weapon.
the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Success.
Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser. But by timing his crimes, the murderer is making sure he's accused. In a way, it is very generous of him.
Generous? The murderer seduced Betty in order to lure her to the beach and kill her.
Indeed, the young woman was certainly careless, but not stupid enough to follow a stranger.
What are you planning to do, Poirot?
Return to London, mon cher Hastings.
That means she probably knew him. Go back to London. Congratulations, you won the trophy romantic. confessional. He won the trophy Synops.
Right, back to London. There is nothing more for us to do here.
So we're going back to London. So she must have known the guy.
Jap has decided to reveal details to the press. The alphabet murder is now famous.
It is not a bad idea. The more people who know, the greater our chances of finding out something of interest.
Poirot, I have a bad feeling. Poor Mr. Poirot, not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps. Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time, it's an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It's a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. Good hunting. Did you hear that, Poirot? The murderer seems to be taking it all as a game, a challenge. He will strike on 30th in Churston. We must warn Scotland Yard.
That's why there's a 30th today.
No time to lose. We must prepare our suitcases for Churston.
Mon Dieu, it is already 10 o'clock. I will call Scotland Yard immediately.
Let's see what this says. Call Scotland Yard. So I gotta find where the phone is. Where are you, phone? Would the phone be over here? Yes.
Hello, Jap. We received a new letter from ABC in the 10 o'clock post.
Where and when?
In Churston. Today.
Today? I'll inform the population immediately.
I'll check the train times. Call me back.
Prepare to leave for Churston. How do I prepare to leave for Churston? Maybe put this note with the other notes?
It is not a good time.
Maybe we go outside. Oh.
Hastings, what you are doing is an absolute disaster. That is no way to pack suitcases.
Heavens, we must hurry. We have to get to Churston before the murder.
Point out that order is essential.
Hastings, order and method are always necessary, regardless of the circumstances.
Okay. I'll let you pack them.
Oh, you don't think have
the
things in
same.
order,
It really is a disgrace to leave your belongings in such a mess.
then you wouldn't have what you needed. Bath towel. Badly folded pajamas. Badly closed toothpaste. Unprotected bottles. Odd socks.
Voila. It only took a minute.
Now everything's in order.
Poirot, you were right.
About what?
I've just consulted the ABC guide. There's no hurry. The next train doesn't leave till 11:45.
You see, there is no need to hurry. We will not be in Churston until tomorrow morning. After the murder.
But
Yeah.
why has the murderer warned us so late? It's not what he usually does. Did he do it on purpose?
Yep.
Very good question, Hastings. We should also compare the letter we have just received with the other two. Although I have very little doubt about what we will find.
Compare the new letter with the other letters from the ABC. Okay, so we will go over to our desk. and compare the letter.
It is not a good time.
Well, it wanted me to compare. So that's what I'm trying to do.
It is not a good time.
Unless those are the letters over there. No. Hastings hunting.
Hastings' photo album. He is very proud of his bag.
Churston.
We've missed the 6:45 train, but we have plenty of time to catch the night train.
Trying to figure out how I can. The third
Poor
letter.
Mr. Poirot. Not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps? Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time it is an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It is a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC.
The third letter from ABC announced a crime in Churston on August 30th. Unfortunately for us, the letter arrived too late. That's true. And there's nothing I can click on. Compare the new letter with the other letters from the ABC. Ah, that's what I was supposed to do.
It is not a good time.
I'm
It is not a
trying
good
to
time.
compare. Isn't this the other letters? You have to sit in the desk. That's what I have to do. No?
It is not a good time.
I know.
It is not a good...
I'm trying to get... Well, how do I compare?
In his haste, Hastings tore the envelope.
Piece of envelope. Not known at White House Mansion and White Horse Cross Try, Whitehaven Mansion. The address written on the envelope was wrong. The killer wrote White Horse Mansion. Is it a mistake? Compare the new letter with the other letters. I still can't figure it out what I'm supposed to do yet. Let me see.
I lock my revolver in this drawer. I've not used it in a very long time.
Maybe it's that over there like I thought it was. No, that's the newspaper. And I don't think it's those.
Daily Flicker, July 30, 1935. ABC affair, no progress. The alphabet murderer is still on the run. Ever since the police found the connection between the Bexhill and Andover affairs, the inquiry has barely progressed. In this issue, we are publishing provocative letters sent by the killer to Hercule Poirot. Unfortunately, they have not yet helped to find him. Daily Flicker, July the 26th, 1935. The Bexhill Horror. Young maid strangled on the beach. Killer struck at midnight.
Let me see if it will show me. Here's a clue. I don't know what to do. Ah.
Right,
I was supposed to get
let
this
us
first.
compare this new letter with the second one. Let us examine this more closely.
So I have to find similarities.
Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects. Yes, this I is weird. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
I remember the W isn't all there.
The W is not printed properly.
No, this one.
Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Let's see here. What else can we find that has a defect? Because there's the I. Capital A. Maybe?
Yes, the A appears to be quite
Kind of
unusual.
sideways.
That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay. Why does the murderer warn us so late? Says Japicide revealed deals to the press, maybe? No. The letter arrived late because of an error in the address.
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard. Poirot,
Sounds
the
like someone's
telephone.
calling.
It must be Jap.
So we have to go to the telephone. And get over to it.
I have some news from Churchton. Bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man, he retired to Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train.
So we're going from London to Churchton. Quite a long journey. Oh, it's pretty. So we have another murder on our hands.
The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the murderer made a mistake when he wrote his letter.
A mistake? Lucky for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go, my friend. I will come soon.
Okay, so we have to deal with his murder. It looks like the ABC guide is on his chest. But that is going to be the end of this part. So please like, subscribe, and comment. And I will be posting another part tomorrow. So have a great day, you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.